Have you ever watched a top athlete and just wondered how they make winning look so effortless? Well, today we're cracking open that exact playbook. We are going to deconstruct one single high-stakes win to pull out the universal rules for performing under pressure. It really feels like they've got some kind of secret weapon, right? A little trick that just always lands them on top. But what if it's not a trick? What if it's actually a system, a set of rules they follow when everything, and I mean everything, is on the line? For our case study, we're diving deep into Race 7 of the 2023 ILCA 7 World Championships. We're going to follow New Zealand's George Gautry because his victory, wow, it is a total masterclass in strategy, patience, and just pure tactical brilliance. So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at how the race was won before it even began. Then we'll see how he sailed smarter, not harder. After that, how he defended his lead, and finally, we'll boil it all down into 5 simple rules you can use for pretty much anything. Okay, first up, the start. Look, in a competition this fierce, the race can be won or lost before that starting horn even goes off. It all, and I mean all, comes down to where you put your boat. So let me paint the picture for you. One end of the starting line, it's called the pin end, was giving a massive 15 boat length advantage, basically a free head start. Now, to make things even crazier, a strong current was pushing every single boat toward that one tiny spot. It was a guaranteed traffic jam, a total high-risk bottleneck. And this really shows you the 2 different mindsets, right? The obvious play, the one almost everyone makes, is to fight tooth and nail for that perfect spot. But the champion's play? It's totally different. It's not about winning the start. It's about making sure you don't lose the entire race at the start. And this is exactly what Gautry did. He chose on purpose to start about 15 boats away from all that chaos. Now, this wasn't a timid move. No, it was brilliant risk management. It guaranteed him a clean front-row start, fresh air, and most importantly, the freedom to sail his own race, not get stuck in someone else's mess. You see, going for that one best spot is a huge gamble. It can pay off, or it can be a total disaster. The real goal for an elite competitor is just to be in contention, in that lead pack 100 meters off the line, with the space to actually execute your plan. All right, now let's see how that smart start leads into the next phase of the race, because this is where Gautry really shows us that winning isn't always about being the fastest. It's about being the most disciplined and the most efficient. You know what a lot of sailors would do? They'd get antsy. They'd see a tiny little wind shift and tack, trying to grab a tiny gain. They'd get nervous and react to every little thing. But the elite sailor? Totally different. Gautry found a good lane and showed incredible patience. He stayed on the exact same tack for 2/3 of the entire leg, just waiting for the one big, meaningful wind shift he knew was coming. And get this, the data from the race tracker tells a fascinating story. Gautry didn't actually have the highest top speed. He won because he sailed the most efficient course. All those extra nervous tacks his competitors were doing, it just added extra distance, while his patience kept him on the most direct path. And that direct path, by the way, has a name. It's called the Rhumb line. Just think of it like the straightest possible route from point A to point B. It's like taking a direct flight. When you're sailing off the wind, the whole game is about sticking to that line as closely as you possibly can. So how close did they stick to it? Well, on one leg, another top sailor, Matt Wern, deviated from that perfect direct Rhumb line by an average of just 3 meters. 3 meters! That is an absolutely unbelievable display of discipline and control. So a smart start and a disciplined course have put you in the lead. Awesome. But now comes the hardest part, defending it. The pressure is on, and every single move you make is absolutely critical. Defending a lead takes this incredible mix of physical toughness and mental calm. Okay, so first, you have to stay focused on your own boat, not constantly looking over your shoulder. Second, you actually become a follower. You don't need risky moves anymore. You just shadow your closest rival. And third, absolutely no mercy. Gautry never let up, hiking just as hard in the lead as he was in the middle of the pack. But the ultimate defensive chess move? Oh, it's all about positioning. The goal is super simple. Keep your boat between your opponent and the next turn. If you can do that, you control the game. Now, to understand how Gautry just completely seals the deal, we need to know one key rule. It's called mark room. It just means that if you're the boat on the inside as you approach a turn, the outside boat has to give you enough space to get around it safely. So on the final leg, Gowtry knows the next turn is a left. What does he do? He positions his boat just to the left of his rival, Matt Wern. By locking down that inside line, he guaranteed he'd have mark room at the final turn, effectively slamming the door shut on any chance of a pass. It was a tactical checkmate. Game over. Wow, okay, so we've seen the strategy, the patience, and that killer tactical finish. Now let's distill all of that action into a clear, 5-step playbook for winning. Here they are. Number 1, start in contention, not in chaos. It's about surviving the start, not dominating it. 2, be patient and wait for the big, important shifts. Don't get distracted by noise. 3, master your approach to those key decision points. Set yourself up for success. 4, once you're out in front, sail the shortest, most efficient course possible. Don't waste a single inch. And 5, defend with smart positioning. Control the board. And here's the really cool part. This playbook works way beyond the water. I mean, think about it. Avoiding the chaos at the start of a huge project, being patient for the right moment to make a move, or defending a lead in business through smart strategic positioning. It's a universal framework for getting things done when the pressure is on. So think about your next big challenge, that next major project or goal you've got coming up. Which one of these 5 rules are you going to use to give yourself that champion's edge?